Ozzy, let me start with you. How are you?
I can't believe I've come to the end of it. I'm still back up. The main thing is over now. I'm done with the surgery. But
If you go back, it actually goes back to when you had that horrendous quad bike crash.
I don't need a doctor to tell me that I'm going to die. I know I'm going to die.
It was the neck injury and the fall that he took in 19?
5 years of absolute hell for me and the family. Man, I've broken something in my neck.
Yeah.
And I carried on working with it until I couldn't have done it without them. It's been really a bad scene. I have Parkinson's, but I never think about it.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest misconception. It's like so many people think, what's happened with Dad over the last 5 years is a result of...
It was supposed to be the perfect send-off Ozzy Osbourne's final bow, a night filled with legends, emotion, and history. But just days before the show, Sharon Osbourne dropped a bombshell that rocked the rock world. She kicked a major band off the lineup, accusing them of trying to cash in on Oz's legacy. No warning, no second chances, just gone. Fans were stunned and the band's identity? Still a mystery. Sharon promises the reveal will be shocking, but one thing's already clear. This wasn't just a concert. It was a battle over respect, legacy, and loyalty, and Sharon wasn't about to let anyone mess with that. On July 5th, 2025, Ozzy Osbourne returned to his hometown of Birmingham, England, for what would become the most emotional performance of his career. Dubbed the Back to the Beginning concert, it was more than just another Black Sabbath reunion. It was a full circle moment, a final goodbye after decades of chaos, fame, and survival. Fans from around the world packed into Villa Park Stadium, hoping to witness history. And they did. The stage was set for a once-in-a-lifetime experience, filled with iconic guest appearances and raw energy. This wasn't just another tour. Stop, it was the last chapter of a rock and roll legend. But just as everything seemed to be falling into place, something behind the scenes was about to explode. Just days before the lights went up, Sharon Osbourne made a move that no one saw coming. In an unexpected interview, she revealed that she had disinvited a major band from the farewell concert lineup. Her reason? They were only interested in one thing,
every time we're set to go, something happens with Ozzy's health, and so...
making money off Ozzy's final moment. According to Sharon, they weren't there to honor him. They weren't there out of loyalty. They saw the concert as a payday, and that was something she wasn't going to tolerate. So, without hesitation, she pulled the plug. No public warning, no backstage drama. Just gone, and here's the twist, she didn't say who it was. You'll be shocked when you find out, she teased. That single sentence sent fans into a frenzy. The moment Sharon dropped the bombshell, the internet lit up with one burning question. Who did she kick out? And one name kept surfacing, CRE. The band had been heavily rumored to appear at the farewell show, and fans were almost certain they'd be there. But when they didn't show, and Sharon started hinting at behind-the-scenes drama, people started connecting the dots. Could it be them? Nicky Sixx tried to shut it down fast. He released a statement saying the band couldn't make it due to health issues and had nothing but respect for Ozzy. But the timing? Way too suspicious for fans to ignore, especially given the rocky past between the CRE and the Osbournes. Some fans believe Nicky was covering up the real story, that Sharon pulled the plug and the health excuse was just a way to save face. But in play, CRE wasn't the only band under suspicion. If there's one thing everyone in the music industry knows about Sharon Osbourne, it's this: she doesn't play games. For decades, she's been Oz's manager, protector, and enforcer, willing to cut ties or burn bridges if it means keeping his legacy intact. This isn't the first time she's made a bold, last-minute call. Sharon's been known to fire tour staff on the spot, cancel entire interviews, and even take on legendary bands when she felt disrespected. Her critics call it controlling. Her supporters call it loyalty. But either way, Sharon doesn't back down. So when she says a band wasn't there for the right reasons, it's not just a soundbite, it's a line in the sand. And knowing her history, fans knew this wasn't about pettiness. It was about principle, but this latest drama wasn't exactly out of character. It fits a long pattern of explosive feuds. This wasn't Sharon's first time throwing punches in the rock world, far from it. Her past is filled with headline making. Feuds that prove she's never been afraid to call people out. One of the most infamous? Iron Maiden at Ozfest 2005. Sharon was so furious with frontman Bruce Dickinson's backstage behavior that she had their set sabotaged, cutting power, throwing eggs and blasting pre-recorded booze into the crowd. Yeah, that happened. She's also clashed with Marilyn Manson, pulled artists from shows over disrespect, and once admitted to getting physical with tour staff who crossed the line. So when fans heard that another band had been dropped, it didn't come out of nowhere. It was DJVU, except this time, the identity of the band was kept secret. And that's made the mystery even louder, and just when people thought the story might end there, Sharon stirred the pot again. Right after the farewell concert, Sharon sat down for a post-show interview, and instead of dodging the controversy, she leaned right into it. She confirmed that yes, a band was removed. Yes, it was because they tried to profit from Ozzy's moment. And yes, she plans to name them. But not yet. People will be shocked when they find out who it was, she teased, her tone unapologetic and cool, and just like that, the internet went wild again. Was this just hype, a warning to others, or a build-up to something bigger behind the scenes? Sharon's silence only made things worse. Every rock band that wasn't on stage is now under suspicion, and fans are dissecting every rumor, every leaked rehearsal list, every backstage clip, all waiting for the name to drop. But behind the drama and speculation was something deeper driving Sharon's decision. For Ozzy, this wasn't just another concert, this was the end of the road. After battling Parkinson's disease,
We'll get there. We want to go back so bad.
Undergoing multiple surgeries and surviving years of public speculation about his health, the farewell show was his way of saying goodbye on his terms. Every detail mattered. Every guest appearance was chosen with purpose, and for Sharon, that meant protecting the night from anything that felt fake or opportunistic. She wasn't just managing a concert, she was safeguarding a legacy built over decades of chaos, genius, and survival. Letting someone ride Oz's coattails for a paycheck? Not happening. Not on her watch. For Sharon, removing that band wasn't about drama. It was about respect for the music, for the fans, and for the man who gave everything to rock and roll. But even with her reasons laid bare, one question still hangs over everything. Sharon Osbourne made one thing crystal clear: Ozzy's farewell wasn't for sale.
We're trying to get on a flight.
In a world where fame often gets exploited, she drew a hard line and stood by it, no matter how controversial it looked from the outside. The band she kicked out may still be hiding behind vague excuses, but their silence? It's louder than any statement, and now the whole world is watching, waiting for the reveal. Was it a rock legend? A longtime rival? Or someone no one expected? Sharon says the truth will shock everyone, and based on her track record, we believe her, because in the end, this wasn't just about one night. It was about sending a message: if you're not here for the right reasons, don't show up at all.